take a deep breath. Right now, in this moment, you are exactly where you need to be. Healing is not something that happens outside of you. It is not something you have to search for or chase. Healing begins within, the moment you decide to let go of the weight you have been carrying. You may have spent years holding on to guilt, fear, or regret, believing that these feelings are a part of you. But they are not who you are. They are simply emotions that have been stored inside, waiting to be released. Life has a way of guiding us toward healing, even when we don't realize it. Every challenge, every painful memory, and every difficult moment has brought you to this place of transformation. You are not stuck in the past, and you are not defined by what happened before. Right now, you have a choice: to release what no longer serves you and step into the life you truly deserve. Healing does not mean forgetting. It does not mean pretending that pain never existed. It means looking at what has hurt you, acknowledging it, and deciding that it will no longer control you. The past cannot be changed, but the way you see it can. When you change how you think about the past, you change how it affects you. This is where true healing begins. The mind is powerful, and the words you tell yourself shape your reality. If you have been telling yourself that you are unworthy of healing, that you are not good enough, or that you don't deserve happiness, those beliefs have created barriers in your life. But just as thoughts created those barriers, new thoughts can remove them. The moment you begin to say, "I deserve peace," "I am worthy of love," "I am ready to heal," you start to open the doors to a new way of living. Imagine standing in a beautiful garden. The sun is shining, and there is a path in front of you. One path leads back to the past, where pain, regret, and fear live. The other path leads forward, to freedom, to love, to peace. You can choose which path to walk. You are not powerless. You are not trapped. The choice has always been yours. Healing begins the moment you decide to walk forward. Guilt is one of the heaviest emotions a person can carry. It lingers in the background, whispering stories of mistakes and failures. It makes you believe that you are unworthy, that you should be punished, that you do not deserve happiness. But none of this is true. Guilt is not a life sentence. It is simply an emotion, and like all emotions, it can be released. There is a reason why guilt feels so heavy. It is because, deep down, you are a good person. Only someone with a kind heart would feel guilty about the past. But the question is, how long must you carry this? How long will you allow past mistakes to define your future? Think about this. If a child is learning to walk and they fall, do we punish them? Do we tell them they are bad for falling? Of course not. We encourage them to get back up. We tell them they are learning. We celebrate their efforts. In the same way, life is a journey of learning. You have made mistakes, just as every human has. But those mistakes do not define you. They were simply lessons. And now that you have learned, you can release the guilt. Holding on to guilt does not change what happened. It does not make things right. It does not fix the past. The only thing guilt does is keep you stuck. When you replay old mistakes in your mind, when you punish yourself over and over again, you are not healing. You are deepening the wound. The only way to move forward is through self-forgiveness. Forgiving yourself does not mean you are saying that mistakes were okay. It means you are choosing to no longer let those mistakes control you. You cannot go back and change the past, but you can change how you see it. You can say, I did the best I could with what I knew at the time. Now, I choose to grow from this. Imagine yourself holding a heavy bag filled with guilt. Every painful memory, every regret, every self-blame is inside that bag. You have been carrying it for years. It has made you tired. It has made life harder than it needed to be. But right now, you can set it down. You do not have to carry it anymore. You can choose to forgive yourself and walk away from the weight that has held you down. If you struggle with self-forgiveness, try saying these words to yourself. I forgive myself for not knowing what I didn't know before. I forgive myself for the times I acted from pain rather than love. I forgive myself for being human. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of peace. These words have power. The more you say them, the more you will believe them. And as you believe them, you will feel the weight of guilt slowly disappear. You are not your past. You are the love, the wisdom, and the strength that has grown from it. Fear has a way of making us feel small. It whispers doubts in our minds, telling us that we are not safe, that something bad is going to happen, that we cannot trust life. But fear is not truth. It is only a thought, and thoughts can be changed. Most of the things we fear never actually happen. Think about all the times you worried about something, and in the end, it turned out fine. Fear keeps you living in a future that does not exist. It makes you anxious about things that may never happen. And in doing so, it robs you of the peace that is available right now. What if, instead of feeding fear, you chose to trust life? What if, instead of expecting the worst, you opened yourself up to the possibility that everything could go right? Life is always guiding you. It is always leading you toward growth, even in the moments that feel difficult. Every challenge you have faced has made you stronger. Every obstacle has taught you something valuable. And even when things have been hard, you have made it through. You are still here. You have survived everything that was meant to break you. That is proof that you are more powerful than fear. One of the best ways to release fear is to remind yourself that you are safe. Fear is a habit of the mind, but so is trust. When you wake up in the morning, instead of asking, "What if something goes wrong today?" ask, "What if today is filled with joy and peace?" The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Try saying this affirmation daily. I am safe. I trust life. I trust that everything is unfolding for my highest good. At first, it may feel unfamiliar, but the more you say it, the more your mind will accept it as truth. Fear may still come up from time to time, but you do not have to let it control you. When fear arises, see it for what it is, a thought, not a reality. Replace it with a new thought, a thought of trust, of peace, of confidence in the future. Imagine standing on the edge of a river. On one side is fear, on the other side is peace. The only way across is to trust. You step forward, and as you do, you realize that life is holding you up. You are not falling. You are not failing. You are being supported in ways you cannot even see. This is the truth. You are safe. You are guided. You are stronger than fear. And when you choose to trust life, you allow yourself to finally breathe again. There is a voice inside you that has been too harsh for too long. It reminds you of your past mistakes, tells you what you should have done differently, and makes you feel unworthy of happiness. This voice is self-blame, and it is time to silence it. You do not deserve to live a life weighed down by regret. You do not need to punish yourself over and over again for things that cannot be changed. Every person on this earth has made mistakes, but those mistakes do not define who you are. What defines you is how you choose to grow from them. There is nothing to be gained by continuing to criticize yourself. The past is over. It is not something you can rewrite, but it is something you can learn from. Instead of saying, "I should have known better," say, "I did the best I could with what I knew at the time." Instead of saying, "I messed everything up," say, "I now choose to make things better." Self-blame does not make you a better person. It does not undo the past. It only keeps you trapped in suffering. If you want to move forward, you must give yourself permission to heal. Imagine yourself as a child. If you saw that child crying, feeling ashamed, feeling like they are not good enough, would you tell them they deserve to suffer? Of course not. You would comfort them. You would remind them that they are loved. You would tell them they are doing their best. You would want them to be happy. Now look at yourself today. You are still that child, just grown. You are still worthy of love. You are still deserving of kindness. And you are the only one who can give yourself that kindness. Each time you catch yourself in self-blame, stop and say, "I forgive myself. I am human. I am learning. I deserve to love myself." The more you repeat this, the more your mind will begin to believe it. Healing does not happen in an instant. It happens in the moments you choose self-love over self-criticism. It happens when you catch yourself falling into old patterns of blame and decide to let them go. You are not here to suffer. You are here to grow, to heal, and to love yourself completely. And that healing starts with the words you say to yourself every single day. Your thoughts shape your life. What you tell yourself becomes what you believe, and what you believe becomes what you experience. If you have spent years telling yourself negative things, it is time to change that pattern. Affirmations are powerful tools for transformation. They work by planting new positive beliefs in your mind. At first, they may feel unfamiliar. You may even doubt them. But the more you say them, the more they will become part of you. Imagine you are planting a garden. If you want beautiful flowers to grow, you must first plant the seeds. Affirmations are like seeds. You may not see results right away, but if you keep watering them with daily repetition, they will bloom into real, lasting change. Here are some affirmations to help you heal. I am worthy of love and kindness. I release the past and embrace the present. I am doing my best, and that is enough. I forgive myself and others easily. I choose thoughts that bring me peace. As you say these affirmations, feel them in your heart. Speak them as if they are already true, because the truth is they are. The only thing that has ever kept you from believing them is the old, negative beliefs that have been repeating in your mind for too long. Let each affirmation be a reminder that you are healing. Let them replace the old self-doubt with confidence. Let them replace guilt with self-acceptance. Let them replace fear with trust. It does not matter how long you have believed in your limitations. It does not matter how many years you have spent feeling unworthy. The moment you begin to change your thoughts, you begin to change your life. Start today. Start now. Say to yourself, I am healing. I am free. I am loved. There is nothing more powerful than loving yourself. It is the foundation for all healing. It is the key to inner peace. But for so many, self-love feels like an impossible thing. Maybe you were taught that loving yourself is selfish. Maybe you spent years putting others first and forgetting your own needs. Maybe you have looked in the mirror and only seen flaws. But no matter what your past beliefs were, you can change them. Loving yourself does not mean you think you are perfect. It does not mean you ignore your growth. It means you accept yourself as you are, while also knowing you deserve to become the best version of yourself. Self-love is about treating yourself with the same kindness you give to others. Think about how you speak to a friend who is struggling. You encourage them. You remind them of their worth. You tell them they are loved. Now ask yourself, do you speak to yourself with the same kindness? Imagine if from this day forward, you decided to be your own best friend. Imagine if, instead of criticizing yourself, you spoke words of love and encouragement. Imagine if you woke up every morning, looked in the mirror, and said, I love you. I really, really love you. At first it may feel uncomfortable. You may feel resistance, but keep doing it. Because deep inside, your heart is longing to hear those words. The more you say them, the more they will become your truth. Self-love is not about waiting until you deserve it. It is about understanding that you have always deserved it. There was never a moment in your life when you were not worthy of love. Not as a child, not as a teenager, not as an adult. Every version of you has been deserving. If you want to heal, start by loving yourself. If you want to feel free, start by accepting yourself. If you want to experience joy, start by believing that you are already enough. Close your eyes for a moment and place your hands over your heart. Take a deep breath and say, I am enough. I am lovable. I am worthy of happiness. Let these words settle into your soul. Let them replace every doubt, every insecurity, every old belief that told you otherwise. Because the truth is, you are enough. You always have been. And now it is time to live like you believe it. Regret is a heavy chain that keeps you tied to the past. It makes you relive old mistakes, replay conversations, and wonder what could have been different. But no matter how many times you revisit the past, you cannot change it. The only thing you can change is how you choose to move forward. Regret does not serve you. It only drains your energy and takes away the joy of the present moment. Think about how much time you have spent wishing you had made different choices. Has that changed anything? Has it brought peace? Or has it only made you feel stuck? The truth is, you did what you knew how to do at the time. Every decision you made, every path you took, was based on the knowledge and understanding you had in that moment. And just like everyone else, you have learned and grown since then. You are not the same person you were before. You see things differently now, and that is a good thing. It means you are evolving. Instead of looking back with regret, look back with understanding. Thank your past self for trying, for making choices with the best intentions, even if they did not always lead to perfect outcomes. Forgive yourself for what you did not know. Release the weight of regret and make space for peace. Right now, at this very moment, you have the power to choose a new way of thinking. Instead of focusing on what cannot be changed, focus on what you can do now. Every single day is a fresh start. Every morning brings a new opportunity to choose love over regret, presence over the past, and peace over guilt. Let yourself be free. Say it now. I release regret. I embrace the present. I am at peace with my past. Life has a way of unfolding in ways we do not always understand. Sometimes things happen that feel unfair, painful, or confusing. In those moments, it is easy to lose trust, to wonder if the universe is really on your side. But what if every challenge you have faced was actually guiding you towards something greater? Trusting life does not mean everything will always be easy. It means believing that even in difficulty, there is a purpose. It means understanding that every experience, good or bad, is shaping you into the person you are meant to be. Look back at your life for a moment. Think about a time when you went through something painful, something you thought you would never get through. And yet, here you are, stronger, wiser, more aware. That experience may have felt like a setback, but in reality, it was preparing you for something greater. You do not have to have all the answers right now. You do not have to know exactly how things will unfold. Your only job is to trust that life is supporting you, even when you cannot see the full picture yet. Try saying these words. I trust life. I trust that everything is working for my highest good. I am always guided and protected. When you choose trust over fear, everything changes. You start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You start to feel peace where you once felt anxiety. And most importantly, you begin to understand that you were never alone. Life has been supporting you all along. What if you could design your future exactly the way you want it? What if everything you have ever wanted, peace, love, success, happiness, was within reach? The truth is, it is. Your future is not something that just happens to you. It is something you create with your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. If you want a peaceful future, start by choosing peace today. If you want love in your life, start by loving yourself now. If you want success, start by believing you are capable of it. The way you think about yourself today shapes what you will experience tomorrow. Imagine waking up every morning and setting an intention for the day. Instead of letting old fears take control, you decide, today I choose joy. Today I choose to believe in myself. Today I open my heart to new possibilities. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every belief you hold is shaping the life you are living. If you have been repeating thoughts of doubt, fear, or unworthiness, it is time to replace them with thoughts of confidence, love, and faith. You are not stuck. You are not limited by your past. You have the power to create a future that excites you, that brings you peace, that allows you to thrive. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize the life you want. See yourself happy, fulfilled, at peace. Feel what it would be like to wake up every day with gratitude, knowing that life is working in your favor. Hold on to that feeling because that is your true potential. Say it with confidence. I am the creator of my reality. I choose to build a future filled with love, joy, and peace. Take a deep breath. You have come so far. You have faced your fears, released guilt, embraced self-love, and learned to trust life again. Every step you take on this journey is bringing you closer to the peace and freedom you deserve. The past no longer holds power over you. Regret no longer weighs you down. Fear no longer controls your choices. You are free to live fully, to love deeply, and to embrace the beauty of life. From this moment forward, remember that healing is not a destination. It is a way of living. It is the choice to be kind to yourself, to forgive yourself, to trust yourself. It is the commitment to choosing thoughts that bring you joy, words that uplift you, and actions that align with the life you want to create. You are stronger than you ever realized. You are more capable than you ever believed. And you are more loved than you ever imagined. Let this be your new truth. I am healed. I am whole. I am free. The universe hears you. It responds to you. And it will continue to guide you toward everything you deserve. Now, step forward into your new life with confidence, peace, and love.